Okie dokie, folks. It's Krisse Tuominen here doing live right now. And it's second day of February 2020. So it's 02/02/2020. So it's really cyberpunk right now. And almost 20 o'clock. So I thought that it would be great idea to have a live stream and talk about cyberpunk genre in general and cyberpunk 2020 game and other that kind of cyberpunk genre games where everyone are living a rough life in 2020 and such. And as you can hear, the music is not heavy music or anything like that, but I think that it suits for the theme very well and indeed. And I'm, as always, multitasking at the same time, so I might be bang my keyboard and such, but I think that we're going to have a nice live stream anyways. Do I look cyberpunkish? At least a bit. Yay. And as you can may hear, I'm using PA system and for this Cyberpunk 2020 team live stream I obviously chose this kind of headgear and portable kinda lo-fi-ish portable sound system, so I sound like a robot or see kind of movie, say like cyberpunk. Okie dokie. I'm looking so good. And there don't seem to be a lag or huge echo, so I think that we kinda ready and I'll start the show, get going, So good cyberpunk science fiction day and evening to you. It's second day of February 2020, which means it's 02/02/2020. The clock is 1959 and it's going to be 20 o'clock very soon. So I'll start showing my Cyberpunk 2020 RPG stuff. RPG means role-playing game. If you already didn't know what that means. And I think that we're going to have a great evening with you peeps, and please feel free to comment on the chat. I mean, okay, this is Cyberpunk 2000 Game Master screen with faxes, Fanchi with it. Now it's 2000 in 2020, 2020, and day 0202. So second and 2020. 20 o'clock, So we're living in Cyberpunk right now. Cyberpunk 2020. And I got a puff a little bit about forthcoming 20th day of February 2020. There's going to be International Cyberpunk 2020 happening, and you can join to it wherever you are, virtually or with your own evening gaming session or something like that. But I'm showing today, like in advance, some Cyberpunk 2020 stuff for you, which I do own myself. These are not from library. Aren't these so cool? This is Finnish edition. Metalhead, Maximal. Metal Meat Blaze, yay, in Mega City. Good evening, everybody. It seems that I have at least 3 attendants in my live stream. I'm Krisse Tuominen, and I wish you very good Cyberpunk 2020 year and evening. And obviously, I have dressed and put sunglasses on to look like really cool Cyberpunk 2020 person. And I shall show you some of my Cyberpunk 2020 material that I do have. And if you wanna chat with me, interact with me, just put a comment or even many comments on the chat section, and we'll have a interacting evening. And if not, I shall anyway have fun here by myself. Okie dokie. Hello to everyone, I'm Krisse Tuominen. It seems that I got at least 4 people viewing the live stream. And tonight's show is obviously themed Cyberpunk 2020. It's a awesome game, and it has quite neat stuff for it, so I'll show you some. Okay. Yay! I also have this Rautahermot iron nerves or just wired. But anyway, this is by Walter John Williams and Mike Pondsmith. And the Finnish edition is published by a Finnish game house. And originally R. Talsarian Games Inc. Punk Against the Wire Nerves was the title in English. And these are stuff that I do own myself, so okie dokie, there's Bazooka J Rambo. Hello, can't watch live. Gotta go and make some dinner. I'll catch it later. Okie dokie, nice to know that. David Duggo says, which is the best version? The 2019 or the older 2020 or the others? He also says, you have stopped me listening to David Icke with my tinfoil hat on a lazy Sunday afternoon. Damn cool. Yeah, I actually do have quite a few Icke books myself. But I think that you already knew that. Thanks for the compliment. I know that I'm damn cool. And these are also really cool stuff. So as you can see, the theme is cyberpunk, and these are all third edition cyberpunk 2020 stuff. The original Finnish translation, and very compatible with another supplements and English supplements. Yeah, I know that there was Cyberpunk 2013 also. I know that, and other editions. And 2022, I think. At least there are some material for the 2022. And now it's 2077. And I actually like the most of this version. This third edition. Finnish and English version, both are good. Really rocking stuff, but I have also got me some 2077 material. Cyberpunk Red, but I shall show it a few moments later. David Ogo says, the guy who invented this game is a really cool guy. He has a voice as smooth as James Earl Jones, who is Darth Vader voice. He's a consultant on the new Cyberpunk 2077 video game. I thought I know it, and I really appreciate that guy's attitude. I gotta drink some juice. And no, that was not a cyberpunk slang. Orange juice, literally. Kun painovoima pettää. This is also based on science fiction books. And this dives into George Alec Effinger's world of his books in 2200. And this was published in 1992. I'm not nowadays really into video games or computer games either, but I think that it's cool that there are some cyberpunk games out there. And I have actually combined third edition and the latest edition rules and some homebrew rules also. So, hey Krisse, you got any Apocalypse games? Gamma World, Mutant Year Zero, Mutant Epoch, Mutant Year Zero, Apocalypse World, Carve Barbarians of the Aftermath. I got few of them as PDF files and such, ZIP files and digital prints. And some of those are kind of cool. Pasi Ryhänen says, sounds nice. But in Facebook. And I got some comments in Discord too. David Dugo says, damn, those books are so cool. That is completely true. I am 100% thinking just the same. I think that this is even better than the Night City source books. So the world is much more real and surreal also. Hey Krisse, what exactly are the Cyberpunk 2002 Chromebooks? Well, I think that it needs a whole lot of explanation, kinda. So I could even make a live stream for the Chromebooks, but I'm actually coming a Chromebook quite soon after this book, so I'll talk about that soonish. And thanks for the comments to Bazooka and Dave Doggo and everyone in the chat and the live stream. Nice pics, aren't they? I'm looking at in Cyberpunk 2020 PDFs and they don't look like you're set there. Yeah, that's true, because actually quite few don't know that the third edition actually in quite about a year had already two different kind of editions. So if you have the first edition, and this is actually Finnish stuff that have published after the second edition and revised rule books of the third edition. And these are not basic books, these are world books. First was the Wired, this is stuff based on George Alec Effinger's books. And these Finnish editions are actually really well made. So they have used not just the basic books, not just the supplements, but the revised edition, and also made some stuff of their own, which are pretty good, because the original makers of the games and supplements have said that the Finnish editions are actually kind of the world best, even better on some parts than the original. So the publisher and translators made their own little rule adaptations and also some new slang. So these are really top-notch stuff. And if you're interested, I think that I could get some these Finnish copies, second hand or even first hand or mint condition, and send to you if we're going to swap or trade or something, because these are good stuff. The basic edition rules ran out of copies ages ago in Finnish, but these other supplements, they are still few. Okidoki, and Chromebooks, they are quite essential part and element of the cyberpunk night city life vision, because it's all about the Chrome, it's all about the look, it's all about the attitude and coolness. You gotta have a Chrome, you gotta have all of the cool clothes, and you gotta be in. And this is translation of Chromebook number 1. And this has obviously Chrome stuff and some haute couture, fashion stuff and mobiles, vehicles, and this is fully compatible with English editions, both revised and the first printing of the third edition. So Chromebook series has a whole lot of material. The vehicles, the dresses, and whole lot of things is in, what is not in, adversaries, even some clues for adventures, which is so awesome. As you can see, I'm so fashionable. I'm so cyberpunk. Look at me, look at that. Yay. Krisse, was there a sort of big box set you could buy of Cyberpunk 2020? Yeah, there was. There was. Uh, Somewhere part of the world there still are. And the box set had a whole lot of maps and stuff. But there was also differences between the printings and between the revised rules and not revised rules and so on, which is a bit confusing. but but in the box set there was, I think that at least some of those had that game master advice screen with the faxes on it. And some miniatures and cards and such. Regarding Cyberpunk Red, is that just a very sparse RPG more aligned to the forthcoming video game, with no adventure for it and with no supplements? Actually, Cyberpunk Red Jump Start is a prequel for the Cyberpunk Red game. Which also links to the 2077. And in the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart Kit, which is kind of the first rule set and kind of quick starter, there is also adventures and such and supplements in it. Cyberpunk Red, I'm not really sure, has it been yet published fully, but at least after that there's going to be supplements and adventures and search and such, but these old stuff are really quite easy to mix and match with the Cyberpunk Red also. Because the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart Kit is quite affordable kit and it has quite a lot of things, and it's aimed to people who hasn't yet played RPGs, and it's kind of easy to start and such. It's a good place to start if you haven't played cyberpunk games lately or ever. Yeah, as you can see, Chromebook finish the first is kind of cool too. And because there's other games than just Cyberpunk 2020, I gotta show you Infinity miniature game, quick rules. Yay. And this has RPG rules also, very compatible with other genre games. Didn't know they had a mini game for it. Not maybe miniature game for it, but you know, the box has miniatures and rules how to use them. So it is kind of, you know, RPG miniatures, but also simple rules how to use them when you play the RPG. And they are also some kind of standalone miniature games out of it. Necromunda. This supplement came in White Wolf 2019 December number. David Go says, so Chris, if you were getting in Cyberpunk 2020 and you had 150 pounds or so, which are the essential books you should buy? I got the Necromunda supplement. Okay, if you're really into Cyberpunk 2020, obviously the basic book, which I don't have here because you can't hide easily in Finnish, and I haven't had yet time and money to get it. It's $33, I mean euros, so it's not cheap. But yeah, obviously the main book, and I think that there's still some like Chromebook collections, like which have, for example, Chromebooks from 1 to 3. That's thing to get. And Night City, source book, or source books are really handy. So get those. And I think that you can get those whole lot cheaper than 150 pounds, because I think that you could get those under 100, maybe even 60 to 80 euros. But yeah, here's Cyberpunk Red. And at least I have used this with Cyberpunk 2020, so it's kinda easy enough to put together with that. And now I'm showing this because then you can understand that there's a whole lot of stuff in this. What about Rough Guide to the UK, or When Gravity Falls, or Fallen Hope? When Gravity Falls, yes, that was actually one of those books that I showed you earlier. So this is Chromebook 1 Finnish edition, which costs just €5. This is Cyberpunk with faxes game screen. And this is also €5. And this When Gravity Falls, kun painovoima pettää. This is really awesome. So go for this. this was just €5. Just €5. Well, the Firestone books, are they any good? Well, Firestone books are not bad. Not the best according to me, but it's a matter of taste. It's the same thing with Rough Guide to the UK or Fallen Hope. So the basic book, maybe the game screen, especially if it has the faxes, and When the Gravity Falls. With those, you can adventure for the rest of your life. And if you buy this Cyberpunk Red box, which is kinda easily adapted with 2020. And because the 2020 box set is kinda hard to find nowadays. And this has maps, and this is like from 20 to 30 euros. And if you buy Firestone books, it's a good idea to have those all if you don't already know what parts you just use. And some of those are also in drive-thru RPG.com, and there are some pay what you want and free this stuff, and obviously few publishers have quite a lot of stuff on their page, and there are forum stuff, and I can actually send you some PDFs too if you don't mind to send your email address to me so I can ram them to you tomorrow, because after the live show I gotta go. I actually should already be somewhere else, but I kinda got carried away because I've been talking to you, and it wasn't all in Cyberpunk books. There's a whole lot more. Jumpstart Kit Rulebook, and all of those others, which I just show you. Jumpstart Kit Workbook, yes. And this has quite a lot of stuff about 2020 and before that. So it's really good thing to have. And a whole lot easier to get than those old 2020 stuff. And these miniatures are kinda cool and neat. And you can use this box as background also, as you can see, hopefully. So I'll show you some David Ago, Cyberpunk 2020 Night City with the map is going for 100 on eBay. Why is that when the publisher has it listed on its website? Don't fall on that trap. Because, I mean, if you don't care about the print runs, or I gotta have the first print run or something like that, and you're not going to collect, you're going to gaming, don't fall for the trap. Many people say that they are not available any original stuff, and they are. But the problem is that the only persons who really sell and distribute it, or at at least it was a while ago like that, is Finnish fantasy games shop keepers and so on. So it's kind of funny, like in UK, they have to get it from Finland or something like that, which costs a lot. So I think that if you would trust me, I could get those stuff from Finland and then post them to you, and it would not cost as much. Or if you could try it from Fantasiapelit. Their webpage kinda sucks, but there you go, Fantasiapelit game shop. And there's a disease. Because now it's very fashionable also, and there are some distribution problems worldwide. There are always people who want to rip off people who don't know better or who don't have any connections, because you know how the people are. Some people at least. Yeah. Here's a whole lot of cool stuff. And on World Book, this is really good. So if you can get Cyberpunk Red, just get that. This jumpstart box, because there's a whole lot of old history, which is really applicable for 2020 setting also. Yeah, and I can help you get some stuff from Finland. I can send you some PDF files also, if you don't mind, because I really love this game and these supplements, and I always hate when people are being ripped off. And I'm all into hobby because I love it, not because of the money. But now I have showed you quite a lot of stuff for the Cyberpunk. So the basic book, Night City book, Chrome book, and some maps. And the red book also, if you can get it from somewhere. I can help you to get those also. But yeah, we are in science fiction because we are over the 2020 0202, and it's more than 2020 time I'm in. And if I haven't understood in wrong manner and in wrong sense. There at least has been some copyright problems or license problems with supplements and gaming books, which obviously relates to the prices and black market people and other people who are willing and able to rip off people are taking advantage of that. Today, I'm going to end my live stream if you don't mind. Isn't this so cyberpunkish? Yay! Feedback. Yeah, now I gotta go and I shall say Cheerios for those out there and nice beeps, creeps and cheeps and deep O's. Cthulhu Fatang Fatangin.